February 1836, while 157 men, including Jim Bowie, Davy Crockett, and William Barrett Travis, waited inside the Alamo, the Mexican army, under the command of General Santa Anna, advanced. It was an army estimated between 1,500 and 6,000 men.
Area force, Colonel Bowie.
How many?
1,500, maybe more.
1,500. Crockett and his boys from Tennessee, we number 152.
And we will have the respect of the world if we hold this fortress.
Sam Houston wants to burn it.
What?
Gentlemen, we have a new commander-in-chief. General Sam Houston wants this mission destroyed.
Why?
So Santa Anna can't use it as a base.
Wouldn't that be such a bad idea?
Colonel Crockett, this mission is the last structure for 1,000 miles and provides a fortification against Santa Anna.
Well, we could fight them Indian style, cut them down, shoot low. It worked once before against the Britishers.
We are not going to run.
Sam Houston's no runner. I reckon he's thinking just what Davy is.
Well, I'm damn sure thinking the way he's thinking.
Did Houston issue an order to destroy this mission?
Well, no, not exactly an order. He hadn't been appointed, and he told me what he wanted done.
Well, sir, if it's not an order, the decision is yours, then, Colonel.
There's thousands of men out there, and you've seen that red flag.
Gentlemen, I believe each of us came to Texas simply to succeed, whereas we all met with failure somewhere else before. Am I right? We should meet with failure again. Death in the cause of liberty, humanity, is not a cause for shuddering, shame. And we all know if we should succeed against Santa Anna, our personal fortunes are assured in Texas.
I'll drink to that.
While Colonel Travis waited for the attack, he sent Captain Juan Seguin, one of 10 Mexicans who supported the rebels, to recruit more soldiers to help defend the Alamo.
It will be impossible for us to keep them out much longer. If they overpower us, we fall. A sacrifice at the shrine of our country. And we hope posterity and our country will do our memory justice. Give me help, oh my country. This is signed William Barrett Travis. He's a commanding officer.
Jim Bowie is at the Alamo.
We better get on home. The Mexican army could be moving on our place as well.
With more good men, Santa Anna can be stopped.
Yeah! Finley?
If we don't stop him now, there will be no stopping him ever. Colonel Travis, he needs every one of you who can shoulder a rifle.
Yeah! Finley, are you out of your mind? What good could 2 more men possibly do?
What if we were inside?
Might help.
And again, it might not.
Why?
Because it's right.
But for Mexico, too.
I suppose so.
And us. Stephen.
Oh, Maddie?
I thought you might like this.
Oh, it's not whiskey, is it?
Soup.
Oh, thank you.
Is it bad?
Maddie, I just wasn't cut out to be a general. Failed to prevent the war, and now I'm a failure fighting it. I'm putting Houston in charge.
Stop it, Stephen. You're not a failure. You're a fine, honest man who's done his best.
Which just wasn't good enough.
Yes, it was. Because someday people will live and work and prosper and love in Texas. Your Texas.
Here. Take Betsy. I can get another gun.
I got all I need.
Get him out of here.
What?
Get him out of here.
Put me down, you sons of whores! Put me down, bring me back here!
The cavalry's coming!
That's not cavalry. Those men are ours. That looks like that's all of them. Those men are Texans.
Them boys rode right through the Mexican lines.
There's hope, Mr. Crockett.
Well, I never give up hope, Colonel. I was hoping for a few more men.
Well, I might have known the Irish should be taking it easy.
Billy McNabb. How in the hell did you get in here?
You need better discipline, Colonel. Somebody left the front gate open.
There's 4,000 Mexicans out there. Well, I would have been one of them.
This is my brother-in-law, Zave Campbell.
Campbell. Isn't that the fellow you figured lost everything in Texas?
Aye.
You won't be losing this fight, Colonel Boy.
Nothing to get exercised about, Colonel. Just 30 blind men couldn't tell where they was going. Well, let's make that 32.
Billy McNabb, Zave Campbell. It's Davy Crockett.
Crockett? Yeah. Get the feeling I owe him money? How's that fever holding on?
Yeah, hanging on.
Yeah. Finley tells me you used to wrestle alligators.
Well, just when one was after me. You boys didn't bring one in here with you, did you?
Alligators, hell. That ain't nothing compared to wrestling bears.
I heard you killed over 100 bears.
47 bears. 1 month.
47.
47 bears, 46 bullets, as I recall. Right, Davy?
That's a fact.
How's that possible?
Well, sir, 2 of them bears was misbehaving.
How's Otto?
Oh, he's a Texian.
I bet he is. How did he take you coming down here?
Zave and I were in Gonzales, looking for some men to help us trail our stock to New Orleans. I wrote him a letter.
It was a hard choice.
Well, I hope he'd make the same one if he were a man.
Your first battle, Captain? Yes, General.
Fuego!
We will muster at midnight. And we will attack just after sunrise.
Fuego!
Paco! You're going.
I have to.
Must you?
He's my father.
And you are my son.
I love you, Maria. You too, Josephina. I begged my father to come here, and I've got to be with him now.
Dios mío.
"90 minutes after it started, the battle was over. The Alamo had fallen. Bowie, Crockett, Travis, Finlay, and Zave were all dead, along with 184 other men.
These are my sister's husbands. I have to bury them.
General Santana's orders are that no one will be buried.
But I have
No
to...
one, Captain.
Sam Houston and the settlers at Washington and the Brazos, knowing nothing of the fall of the Alamo, gathered and held the first convention to form a constitution and a government for the Republic of Texas.
We have contended for 10 days with an enemy whose numbers are variously estimated from 1,500 to 6,000. I hope that your honorable body can hasten on reinforcements to our aid as soon as possible. God and Texas, victory or death. Signed, William Barrett Travis, commanding officer. Gentlemen, I move that we adjourn this convention and ride to the relief of the Alamo.
No! Those men knew what their fate would be when they got trapped inside those walls.
You can't turn a deaf ear to a plea that desperate.
That dispatch is 3 days old. For all we know, they could all be dead by now.
But if they're still alive and we don't...
Gentlemen, if you adjourn this convention without forming a government, no nation in this world will ever come to our aid. This republic will die even before it's had a chance to be born. And we, gentlemen, we will be its murderers. Our one and only priority is the formation of a legitimate government. I will ride to Gonzales and gather what force I can to stop Santa Anna's advance.
What about the Alamo?
Mortal power can avail. I will bring relief to the brave men in the Alamo. If not, if their fates are sealed, may God have mercy on their soul. You gentlemen give us a government. I'll give us victory.
While Houston tried to raise an army, the men serving under Colonel James Fannin at Goliad surrendered. They were told they would be paroled and sent to New Orleans. A half-mile from the fort, General Santa Anna obeyed the mandate of his government. He killed all his prisoners.
¡Compañía! ¡Alto! ¡Listo! ¡Apunten! ¡Fuego!
Believing the war was almost over, General Santa Anna sent most of his army back to Mexico and split his remaining 1,500 men between himself and his brother-in-law, General Cos, in an attempt to outflank the remaining rebels.
Our reports tell us General Cos plans to intercept us from the west.
Force?
500 men.
Santa Anna wants to attack us from the south at the same time.
That's another 900. We got less than 8.
It's long odds.
Tell you, Sam, the men are sure itching to fight.
I know. And there's no way in hell to make them understand. They're not ready for a real army like Santa Anna's. But ready or not, you can bet your ass they're gonna fight. Stephen, if Cos and his army are where Juan's scouts say they are, my guess is that they're gonna make a dash for Quimper's Ferry. I want it destroyed.
What about Maddie?
You're gonna have to try and make her understand.
Me?
I know how you feel, Stephen, but you're probably the only man in the world she'll listen to.
Sam, I can't
With
tell
all
Maddie.
due respect, we have no other choice. Now take care of it, please.
Smile, Captain. This war will be over in 5 days.
I hope you're right, General.
Houston can't run in 2 directions at once.
Norte-Americanos will fight.
They fought at the Alamo for 90 minutes. Then they surrendered at Goliad.
And we murdered them.
General Santana, my brother-in-law, would call that treason.
But you and I know it's the truth. And I know these men Houston has with him. My sister's married Norte-Americanos. They're very proud.
The men you found dead at the Alamo.
See? The 2 of them were as good as 9 of ours.
I understand there were friends who married your sisters.
And I have another friend up ahead at the ferry, a woman. A very strong woman. If she hears that we are coming, she may try to destroy the ferry. With your permission, I will ride ahead to see that she doesn't.
A woman, eh? Right, Captain. And, protect our ferry.
Gracias.
Maddie?
Yes?
We have to burn the ferry.
What?
Part of the Mexican army is coming from the west. They're gonna want to use the ferry to transport troops. We can't let it fall into their hands, Maddie. We have to buy some time.
It's my ferry, Stephen, and I know what to do with it. Will you help me?
Of course I will.
What happened to us, Stephen?
Texas. Texas happened, Maddie. With this war coming as long as it has been, there was never any time for you and I.
I know.
We better get this fire started and get out of here fast.
I've always loved you, Stephen.
I've always known.
Matt. No, Matty. Matty. Go. Go, they must not find you here. Go! You mustn't be here when they get here. They will kill you. You have to go. I will bury you.
I will bury her for both of us. Go! Go! Go!
A force of about 800 men was finally gathered under Houston's command. He used what time he had to try to instill discipline and teach tactics. But Houston's prolonged retreat from Santa Anna's army was not popular with his spirited men. They wanted revenge.
Order arms! Break rank.
We ain't done nothing but drill for 2 weeks. I say Sam Houston's scared.
Clapper.
Yes, sir.
Button it.
Yes, sir. You ask me, that Sam Garner likes play acting and play fighting more than he likes to fight. Gets to boss people around, people who don't do nothing back.
Captain Garner, the soldier said to come see you. I come to fight.
That's so.
My pa died at the Alamo.
What's your name?
Otto McNabb.
Glad to have you, McNabb.
McNabb? Sure enough it is. Yancey? Yancey Quimper?
I remember.
Well, sure is good to see you.
Clapper, get him some food.
We'll turn his horse over too, sir.
I keep my own horse.
Now, son, only but cavalry and officers keep their horses.
I keep mine.
Well, look, I agree with you. It's a bad thing to take a man's horse. But, General Houston, he's got some strange ways of,
Clapper! He'll ride with me. We'll talk later.
Hoping that Quimper's ferry was being burned and that General Coss's 500 troops would be cut off, Sam Houston kept riding south to intercept Santa Anna.
We'll camp here.
You bring your squad.
Get good news to hold them.
Right about here.
60 miles in 2.5 days. And he doesn't even say why? I'll tell you why. Santa Anna must have got too close to old Pigeon Heart. That's why. He wants more distance between us. Robert marches clean across the Sabine into the United States, just so he won't have to fight at all.
Sun sets in the west, Yancey.
What?
We march south.
Looks like you don't know what Houston's doing any more than the rest of us. And I say, if you ask me, he's running as far and as fast as he can. General, we've just received word. The ferry has been destroyed. General Koss cannot possibly be here today.
Santa Anna doesn't know that.
What's Santa Anna up to right now?
Siesta.
Siesta, huh? Well, I sure hate to interrupt his nap. Have the men form ranks and prepare to attack.
Lopez! What is this woman doing here?
My wife. Lucha, this is Captain Garza.
Who is in charge here?
Captain Romero, sir.
Where is he?
Siesta.
There are no guards posted.
There were no orders, sir.
Ay, Dios mío.
Trust in God and fear not. Victory is certain. Remember Goliad. Remember the Alamo. Forward! Forward!
I want to see the General.
He cannot be disturbed, Captain.
Tell him I need to see him.
Not now. He's with the girl.
To hell with the girl.
¡Toman sus armas!
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! I want him alive! I want him alive!
No. Did you see Santa Ana, Captain?
No, sir.
I saw him bolt and run. Deserted his own command under fire.
Too bad he got away.
No!
¡No! ¡Por favor! ¡No tira!
I said
¡No
no!
tira, por favor!
Alto! O disparo! Otto. You all right, Yancey? Yeah, I'm all right. What are you doing out here? Looking for you? What were you doing? Looking for Mexicans. I saw quite a few running off this way. I thought they all ran back toward the swamp. There was hundreds of them back there. There sure were, but then there were a lot like this one who snuck back out here, too. Good thing you came along. He might have shot me. I don't think so. He would have, too. I could see it in his eyes. He saw this there when I tripped over that thing. He backed me into it, Otto. I don't think so. I don't think he could have shot you either. Not without a gun. He did, too, have a gun. A big one, too. What'd you do, throw it away? So as we wouldn't have a reason to put a bullet in your head? Huh? We might do that anyway. Donde está su pistola, huh? Hombre! Dígame! Yancey. Yeah. Don't step in front of my gun. Oh, right. All right, let's take him in. Hey, Yancey, you know who this is? Think we better march him straight on over to Houston. Keep going, General. Side, coming through. Coming through.
Rest of you men, back off.
Back off. General Houston, Yancey Quimper, I caught this coward skulking around the tall grass, sir.
You can relax now, Quimper.
Good job, soldier.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
General, I'm glad to see you. Have a seat. Siéntese. It's a real pleasure to finally meet the Napoleon of the West.
Benito. Santa Ana surrendered.
Santana would never surrender.
I heard him. General Houston, he spared his life if he'd ordered all his troops to leave Texas. He's their president. They'll do it, won't they?
Yes, they will do it.
Well, then it's over.
It will never be over.
It was over for some. And when the man who'd begun the Texas experiment in 1821 ran for the office of President of the new Republic of Texas and lost, it was over for him too. But he'd lost more than an election.
Come in. Stephen, thank you for joining me on such short notice.
Congratulations, Mr. President. You have found your destiny.
Well, I don't know about that, but I sure as hell did find a tough way to make a living. I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
Whatever I can do, of course.
Please sit down.
Thank you.
Whiskey?
No, thank you.
I understand your home was burned during the invasion.
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear it. I hope you don't mind my asking, but do you have any money, any income?
No.
I see. The reason I asked you to come over here, I need your advice. I want your approval on the man I would like to appoint in the most important position in my cabinet.
Secretary of State.
Correct. In my opinion, it is vital that we gain recognition in the eyes of the rest of the world as a nation. Now, I have someone in mind. Someone I hold in very high regard. In fact, the sole object of his labors for the past 15 years has been the prosperity of Texas. It's almost like a religion to him. It's guided every one of his thoughts and every one of his actions. And I'm absolutely convinced that he is the right man for the job. That man is you, Stephen. Without you, there wouldn't be any damn Texas. Now, I know you're not in the best of health, and God knows it's not going to be easy. We're embattled on a lot of different fronts. For one thing, we still have a problem with Mexico. The Indians, they have over $1 million in public debt, and no aid or recognition from the United States.
Sam, you want me to accept this position or decline it?
Stephen, you can't say no. There's nobody else on my damn list.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
I'm proud. Very proud.
Diablo. Despacio, hijo. Despacio.
Spooked him.
No. Hola, amigo. Hola, champion.
I'll be damned.
Hola, viejo amigo.
He knows you.
I helped fold him. Where's Benito, Diablo?
I've been grooming horses half my life. First time I ever seen that. Clyde Parker.
I'm mad. Got 3 horses to sell.
How'd you come by him?
Ambushed.
You killed 3 men?
One was a Comanche. The other two were Mexicanos.
Still, three's a handful.
I'll take $30.
20.
Done.
How about that hardware?
I keep it. Where's the man that rides this horse?
Right over there.
Oh, that's too far.
Yancey Quimper. Fella captured Santa Ana himself.
Otto, how the hell are you, compadre? I haven't seen you in a while. Where the hell you been since independence? It's been almost a year.
Around. Yancey, I was sorry to hear about your mom.
Oh, stepma.
Yeah. Been back?
Nah, so I don't need to. Where the hell brings you in here?
There's Black Horse over at the livery.
Now, ain't he something?
Where'd you get him?
San Jacinto. Well, I'm just afraid he's not for sale.
Your sign says you're selling land now. You can have my 640.
What?
640 acres I get for service at San Jacinto. I'll swap it for the stallion.
Well, let's see now. I mean, what happened to that land your daddy had with that Mexican woman?
Marie and Josephina live there.
Well, that's got to be worth something. You have an illegal right, don't you?
It don't make it mine.
Well, sure it does. I mean, if you got the paper, they get the boot, right?
It's their home.
Well, it's a mighty fine horse.
640 acres, that's it.
Now, Otto, you need to trust me, boy. I want you to look right in these eyes. You can see that that is a square deal. Windows of the soul, son, right there. And you can see that I would never cheat a friend. Especially not the fellow who was right there with me when I captured old Santa Ana himself.
I'll trade.
What?
Done.
Now, all right. You won't be sorry, Otto. You bought yourself a real sound animal.
It's gonna be all right now, boy. You hear, Diablo? It's gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. Understand?
Let's go see. Come on, let's go.
Come on now. Come on.
Maddie. Maddie. It's gonna be part of the United States. Father. We did it. All it took was time. Just time.
As the year 1836 came to a close, Stephen F. Austin, the father of Texas, died alone in a rented room. Sam Houston continued to press America for annexation. National defense against Mexico and the Indians became his top priority.
All right, boys, listen up. Here's how it is. We have got nothing in the pot to keep an army in beans and bullets. Our borders are buck naked to the Mexicans, the Indians, and the bandits. Now, I don't have to tell you all, a lot of brave men died so we could have this republic. And It's going to take a lot of brave men like you to hold on to what we've got. Now, what we're forming here is a larger version of an outfit that originally began when Stephen Austin brought the first Americans here to Texas. Men who are not tied to any one place or any specific duties, outside of protecting the lives of every man, woman, and child who lives here. So you'll range all over, especially around the borders. And you will do whatever you have to do, wherever it has to be done. Now, General Austin called his original outfit a ranging company. I think that's appropriate. So I hereby declare that this new corps of men we are forming now be called Texas Rangers. Now, I'm going to say this one more time because I won't make it clear as hell. We do not have an army. You Rangers are all we've got. And Texas needs every damn one of you. Good luck. Godspeed.
Land where they call me bandido. It belonged to my family long before the first Anglo ever heard of Texas.
Listen up, Rangers. My name is Garner, Sam Garner. You ride with me and you get the Nueces Strip.
Who owns the strip, Captain?
We own everything south to the Rio Grande.
I hear the Mexicans say they own everything north to the Nueces River.
They lost.
But I hear it's nothing but a no-man's land. No towns, no ranches. Now, why do we have to...
What's your name?
Poteet, R.J. Poteet.
Tell me, Mr. Poteet, how is it you come to hear so much when you're all the time talking?
Sorry, sir.
So you know, the Strip has two very big problems. Comanches and a bandit named Benito Garza. Garza's our special problem. Seems he's running his own war on Texas. We're going to find him, and we're going to kill him.
We taking this greenhorn along to do this killing?
And you are who, sir?
Comax. Panther Comax.
That greenhorn rode beside me at San Jacinto, Mr. Comax. You better hope he rides beside you.
Not until he takes a bath.
Well, now, this must be your lucky day, boy.
How's that?
Well, it is 17th of September, ain't it?
So?
Well, it's bath night, boy. Bath night.
All right, Rangers, find Benito Garza.
Benito, I want something from you.
Ask.
Let me ride with you against the Yankees.
I thought your passion was for me.
Oh, but it is.
Because I fight the Tejanos.
It's my fight, too.
You sleep with me because I fight the men who killed your husband.
I sleep with you because we're here and he's not.
And you want to ride with me because... what?
father and brothers took their cattle across the river to graze last April. The gringos caught and hanged them in July. No questions, no charges. The gringos hanged them because they were Mexicanos. Benito, I can ride as well as any man. Shoot it straight.
But you are a woman.
Yes, but I am your woman.
And I am a bandit.
No. You're a hero. And I want to ride by your side.
You may live to regret it.
Perhaps. But now, let me have you again. Let me see if the fire still burns as brightly as it did before.
What the hell is that?
Captain, good to see you. Otto?
Yancy?
You mind telling me where you got those duds?
My own original design, sir. Rank never separates old comrades in arms. Ain't that right, Captain?
What brought you down here?
Land. I've acquired 22,000 acres in the Strip. Legal right. Indistinct Mexican owners.
One of them indistinct owners. Is their name Saldana?
Saldana. Saldana. I believe so. Why?
You could have bought yourself a barrel full of trouble.
Now, all my ownership's been verified.
You call it verified. Benito Garza's gonna call it stolen.
Garza?
His mother was a Saldana. That's his land.
Well, that's why we got men like Captain Garner to argue with that. Right, Captain? Well, gentlemen, I'll be sure to look for reports on your efforts when they reach the capital. No need for military formality now. Captain, carry on. Gentlemen.
See ya, General.
Was that really the hero of San Jacinto?
Oh, that's what I hear.
I hear he fought like a demon and kept Sam Houston from calling retreat again.
Not likely.
You two know something we don't?
I know two things.
What's that?
Benito Garza is a for sure fighter. And a man on a tired horse ain't ever going to run him down. Livery's right down there. Here.
I gotta have a bath, boy.
Hey, Captain. I'd like to split off. What for? My mother's place ain't far from here. I'd like to know she's all right.
All right, go ahead.
buried them?
Yeah. I found Diablo.
I see.
He's yours.
So is this land. Mexicanos and Norte Americanos cannot share this land. It was a mistake to try.
They were the last. The last of all the love that we shared here. You should have killed me.
You could have killed me at San Jacinto.
No.
The next time.
I will kill you.
I do not doubt what you say, but it will be hard for you. I taught you all you know.
You taught me well.
True. My sisters are dead.
So is my father.
We are not brothers anymore.
Mr. President.
John, come in.
I believe you know Senator Courtney. And this is the senator from Xavier County, Yancey Quimper.
Oh, Senator Quimper, nice to meet you. Gentlemen, please sit down.
Mr. President, I believe we met before. I delivered Santa Ana to you at San Jacinto.
What? Oh, yes, now I remember. Well, it seems that I'm doubly in your debt, not only for your heroism at San Jacinto, but also for granting me this informal audience to discuss our differences.
Mr. President, the United States has proposed a treaty of annexation. And we have no alternative but to accept it at this time.
Senator, believe me, nobody in this republic knows the bind we're in better than I do. Yeah, we're not just broke. Our bills have gone unpaid for so long, we are without honor.
You think Congress might reject it?
Well, they might and they might not. We're still fighting it. Why, do you think they won't?
I mean, we could lose everything to Santa Ana if we don't vote to pass that proposal.
Santa Ana will not march on us. Not yet. But I can tell you one thing. James Polk is going to be the next president of the United States. And if we can just wait until after the election, I guarantee you, under Jim's administration, we'll get a hell of a lot better terms.
Terms such as?
Keeping our public lands, making sure our public debt is paid by the federal government, and most importantly, making sure that the United States deals directly with Mexico before the ink is dry on that treaty.
We have a valid proposal on our hands, sir, and you're asking us to gamble on an election?
Son, the whole history of Texas has been a gamble right from the beginning. The odds have been against us from day one. But that's no reason to quit, turn tail, and run. We've got to rise to the occasion.
I believe we should adjourn to consider this. We cannot forget Santa Ana.
Gentlemen, I have courted annexation since Andy Jackson sent me down here in 1832, and I still believe it's the best policy. But if we show up in the church with our wedding clothes on, the preacher won't tie them out because he doesn't like the way we're dressed. That's no good. Similarly, if Texas doesn't get what Texas needs from Washington before we sign that treaty, Santa Ana will be across the Rio Grande and snatch this republic back before we can bat an eye.
You, sir, are a traitor.
I beg your pardon? That's a harsh word.
These are harsh times, Mr. President.
Yeah, I know. Well, look here at this dandy, buddy.
How about your head now?
General?
Mr. President, I'll not suffer this kind of affront.
I'm sorry, Mr. Quimper, but these are harsh times.
It's about the annexation, isn't it, sir? I'll not be bullied into this thing kind of thing, sir. Don't you hit me again.
I'm not going to hit you again, Quimper, not unless I have to. But if I do, I guarantee you it's going to be in a place that hurts a hell of a lot more.
What do you want?
I'll tell you what I want! I want you to change your vote, Quimper. I want Texas to survive vermin like you. Now, I don't know how you managed to do it, but you've got a lot of muscle down there in Congress. I heard all about it. So I want you to use your influence and your powers of persuasion to do something constructive for a change and see that that treaty gets defeated.
I'm a man of conscience.
No, Quimper. You have no conscience. And God knows you're barely a man. The truth is, you are a sniveling, yellow-bellied coward. But that may not be such a bad thing, because it would be real stupid of you to try and suddenly get brave all of a sudden.
If you strike me again, I'll do everything in my power to make sure that vote carries.
You do that. And I will get a written statement from your commanding officer at San Jacinto detailing your cowardice under fire. And I will get a statement from the soldier who actually did keep Santa Ana from running away, Otto McNabb. And I will have both of those statements read on the floor of Congress immediately following the vote.
That's blackmail, Mr. President.
You bet your yellow ass it is.
Do I have your word as a gentleman that if I were to sway the vote, that...
Have my word. You also have my word that I will break your yellow neck with my bare hands if you're not out of my sight by the next time I blink.
When the Texas Congress convened, Sam Houston's views prevailed. The Congress rejected the Treaty of Annexation, and Yancey Quimper left Texas forever.
Toma. They have refused to join the United States. They are alone, and yet they tried to steal this strip from us. They will never know a night of peace. Por Dios, luchan. They will pay a terrible price for their arrogance.
Benito, let me ride with you now.
Promise me you'll never surrender.
I promise.
May God forgive me.
For what?
This life I led you to.
I chose for myself.
But you were meant to bring beautiful children into this world.
Not an ugly world.
There's beauty. We could go south.
Are you ready to surrender?
I buried one woman I loved. You buried one man. Each time we
I don't want to hear about this. No, you made me promise.
You buried
never...
one man. No seed was planted, no fruit. No fruit was born. I want to hold children in my arms, bounce them on my knee. Teach them to ride with them, with you.
There will be no children in our lives. But there is purpose. Because we are one, Benito. As man and woman should be. And God must smile on that.
I know where he is.
Garza?
He's across the river. Operates out of a ranch about 10 miles south of here. There's 40, 50 men there.
Any idea where he'll hit next?
There's no way to ever know that.
If we can't get him on this side of the river, we're stopped. We can't go into Mexico. That's an act of war.
So?
So if we pull a dumb stunt like that, we'll get no recognition from the United States.
Yeah, we can't even fire across the river unless we fire on it.
I know where he lives.
But you don't know where or when he's going to hit us on this side of the river next. And you can't go after him, and that's an order.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, what?
Yes, sir. That's an order. Vaya Diablo. Shh. We're going to see Benito.
Hola. No, no. Don't go. Te quiero.
¿Y yo?
No.
Benito.
Hola.
Hola.
I'm taking you in.
I thought you would come.
I had to.
I know. Your father should have never brought you to Texas.
I begged him. I beg you now if he'll get you across the river in one piece.
To hang?
Probably.
came alone?
I figure we keep this in the family.
What happened to my guards?
They won't be waking up this morning.
My men?
They're asleep in the bunkhouse. Let's ride. I got a horse for you. How about riding out with me?
We won't be riding out today.
It's your call.
I told you it would be hard.
Hold your position. And hold your fire. He's never gonna make it.
Good to see you.
I had to break your order.
What order was that?
It's a sorry thing I had to do.
Yeah, I know it was, son.
Hola. Amigo. Adiós.
For Otto McNabb, the war was finally over. He'd won the battle, but he'd lost everyone he ever loved. In 1846, Sam Houston lowered the flag of the Republic of Texas for the last time. A new flag took its place.
No one has written about Texas better than James Michener. On location where it all happened, Stacy Keach, David Keith, Patrick Duffy, Rick Schroeder, Benjamin Bratt, Chelsea Fields, Grant Show, John Schneider, Randy Travis, Anthony Michael Hall, and Maria Conchita Alonso take us behind the scenes as they bring to life the legendary characters and thrilling real drama. From the giant novel by the best-selling author who puts the story into history. The making of James A. Michener's Texas.
It goes all the way back to those early days with those larger-than-life characters who really were conscious of the fact that they were creating history and creating their own myths.
It's about the American spirit. It's about why Americans do the things they do, and they're the kind of men that fathered the children and the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren.
I will stay. I will die.
The personal project of veteran producer Aaron Spelling, the movie captures the author's rich detail, and like every Michener novel about the untamed frontiers of our world, Texas begins at the beginning.
Now just who the hell do you think you are?
I am the impresario of this settlement.
We brought 300 families, 300 people composed of families, to settle in the lower Texas area.
Mexico should give us more protection from the Indians. About time we stood up for our rights.
When you all accepted your land from this colony, you took a solemn oath of fidelity to Mexico.
He really wanted to maintain the peaceful situation with the Mexicans.
You are here to start a rebellion.
And it just wasn't possible.
The sweeping saga of Texas bears the Michener trademark of blending real events and people with fictitious characters who might truly have been a part of this exciting chapter in history, the birth of the Lone Star State.
You are my woman.
I am my own woman. Her name's Maddie Quimper, and she walks all the way from Missouri to get out to Texas to stake a claim and loses her husband on the way. She's a pretty remarkable woman. She's in love with Stephen Austin, and yet her passion is for this Mexican gentleman, Benito Garza.
Well, you still love him.
I love what he stands for. I love the land he gave us.
My land!
The main ingredient that Benito Garza has, which speaks to me, Benjamin Bratt, as an actor, is his passion. His passion for life, for his love, for his family. And he's very heroic. He's a larger-than-life character.
Promise me you'll never surrender.
I promise.
Benito! Benito!
Otto! I play Otto McNabb, who is a pure-blooded Texan. Settles in Texas with his dad when he's just a boy. He comes down, begs his father to take him to Texas, and gets here and loves it. And then it's kind of torn apart by this conflict between the Mexicanos and North Americanos. His family gets destroyed in the process, and he finds himself as a Texas Ranger.
We do not have an army. You Rangers are all we've got.
James A. Michener's Texas reveals the heroes from our past as never before.
Houston was a much flashier character. He was very flamboyant. He had a tremendous kind of passion for theatricality.
If you adjourn this convention without forming a government, no nation in this world will ever come to our aid.
He always considered Houston his kind of man.
At your service.
And he did kill people with the knife.
I think the value of it is that we need to give, and I think we have successfully given Stephen Austin that one element of his character that history misses, which is that ability to relate to people on an emotional basis as opposed to his intellectual basis.
War is the only recourse. No halfway measures. War.
I feel there's a lot of passion in the story. I think it must have been a really exciting time, and yet very difficult. I mean, being out here in these clothes and this heat and the wind and the elements, it's just amazing to me that these people actually did it.
Going to wine, bud!
Michener does tremendous amounts of research. Most of his novels deal in generations and last for many years and hundreds of years, and deal with many different facets of these people's lives.
It's an epic. It's the giant western. It's an animated Lonesome Dove.
It's adventure, you know, it really is. There's quite a bit of adventure. It's heroic, and it has a lot of those, you know, really kind of cool qualities to it.
Gringos! Pay for your sins!
But no, I relish this kind of work. Riding horses, huge battle scenes.
I know it's a great story, and it certainly works.
Well, I think it has a lot to do with the spirit of expansionism in the American character. The feeling that God and man were joined in the righteous cause of conquering this land. I mean, that's really what this is about.
The making of James A. Michener's Texas. The final tribute comes from the author himself.
We're absolutely first class.
James A. Michener's Texas. Larger than life, thrillingly true, and as big as the state that shaped its story.